Hello and welcome folks back to another rebuild, and we're going to go back to the Premiership and we're going to see if we can sort a few problems out at Tottenham. As of time of recording, they have just been smashed by Newcastle 4-0 in the race for the top four. As you can see, currently they are lying in 5th position and they just seem to be capitulating at the wrong time. 60 points, level with Aston Villa, but obviously behind on goal difference after that 4-0 thrashing. Otherwise they would have been in 4th spot. Newcastle not far behind, 10 points, 6 games remaining. Can they catch up? Can Tottenham fold? Better known as the bottle jobs. We shall see. Manchester United just seem to be well off the pace for obvious reasons. But Newcastle seem to be in the best place possible really to catch Tottenham up. And I do think they could potentially do it if Tottenham carry on like they are doing. The next few games are pretty hard for them. I think they have got Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, then I think they've got Man City to play and Newcastle again, I believe. Do quote me if I am wrong, but that's 5 out of the next 6 are potentially pretty tough. So at the moment they are struggling a little bit just to find that little bit of consistency. However, we're coming here for the next 5 seasons to see if we can sort this out in one season and get them to the pinnacle of English football and hopefully catch a trophy or 2 along the way. They haven't currently won the Premiership title at all in the history. However, they did win the League One as it was back in the day, 51 and 61 twice, but that is their only success in the top flight apart from various other trophies. Having enjoyed the greatest era in the 1960s, despite enjoying a frustrating 15 years without a trophy, Spurs have had a successful history, boasting a total of 28 competition wins. They finished runners-up in the UEFA Champions League in 2019, won the top flight division twice, as I've just stated, and 5 times runners-up, won the Cup Winners' Cup in 63 and 8 times FA Cup winners as well, finishing up runners-up once as well. So there's been quite a long wait since the trophy. We have been given just under £6 million to bring any other players in, and good wage budget as well. And of course we want to do better than Arsenal, of whom are their fiercest rivals. We are predicted to finish 7th, so we're going to try and do a lot better than that and hopefully not capitulate like they seem to be doing at the moment. Their favoured formation and best 11, which isn't too bad, which is 2 DMs, a 4-2-3-1, which is fine. I like the formation. Just hopefully we have got the right place to fit into them roles. Daniel Levy then, he likes to sign players under the age of 23 for the future, develop players using the youth system, and do not sign players over the age of 30. Work within the budget, maximum 2-year contracts for players over 30, but I'm assuming that's who they've currently got. And at the end of this season, they want us to qualify for the Europa League, reach the latter stages of the FA Cup, and be competitive in the Carabao and work towards being self-sustainable and qualify for the Champions League thereafter. Do they want us to win the league at any point? Reach qualify them? No, not yet. Before we have a look at the squad, the staffing, yeah, we definitely need to work on that. Well below average rate, or just slightly above average. Well below average on the recruitment, but there is a lot of slots. 10 scouts available. We need to sort that out as well. And yeah, they just need to be just a bit better in this department, I think. Financially, they have got, wow, £320 million in the bank. That's huge. They must have spent a fair bit in the transfer market just recently. We'll have a look. Any debts? They have got a lot of debt though. £804 million debt. Wow, I was not aware of that. Net debt of £931 million. I mean, that's just incredible. I thought Manchester United were bad, but this is borderline ridiculous. £4 million a month payable. £314 million in interest alone. That is insane. That's what they've got in the bank. So the current squad, let's delve into this. Wow, there is a lot of injuries. 4 months there. Whiteman, 9 months. Tantanga, 5 months. Sessegnon, 7 months. Oh my word. And Gill, 3 months. I mean, there is a few injury problems here, it has to be said. Just looking at age-wise, we have got a few players under the over the age of 30. Ben Davies, Huntsmin's son. I mean, we want to try and keep him as long as possible. But if anybody comes in for him and wants to splash the cash, then I'm not adverse to letting him go. Perisic, and Forster, the goalkeeper. Wow. Okay, there's a few players that we can offload. I mean, they've still got some value. Is there anybody better to replace them? This is the question. That's not bad going. 4 players over the age of 30 and one of them's out on loan anyway. So, looking at our better players, we Heung-min Son, up to £87 million. He's got a contract for another 2 seasons, so we'll let it go. We'll see how it is, but obviously want to hang on to him as long as possible, but I'm not adverse to letting him go, like I say. Romero, defender, 25 years old, definitely one that can be here to the end game, I think. We've also got Porro, 23 years old, right back, midfield. We've also got Kulusevski, 23 years old, can play out on the wing, which seems to be his preferred position, possibly. He's only 23 years old as well, and he's with us for 2028. We've also got Vicario, goalkeeper, 26 years old, could be our end game goalkeeper. He's definitely our best goalkeeper to date, so I don't think we need to worry about that position at the moment. James Maddison, 26 years old, midfielder. I mean, I always thought he was either a midfield or a cam player. I never would have thought he'd be out on the wings, but he can dribble, sort of cross, and he's reasonably quick, actually. I like to see him in the midfield, but he seems to be a lot happier out on the wings, maybe. Bentaker, he's injured currently. I mean, a midfield or DM. Don't think we've got very much DMs there. Basuma. Okay, now we've struck gold with a defensive midfielder. That's for ball winning, defensive. Yeah, that's fine. We at least got one DM in here. Udogi. Bags of potential. Left wing back, possibly. Yeah, sure. Yeah, most definitely very, very quick. Got Timo Werner, who's on loan. Got Mickey van der Ven, 22 years old, defender. I mean, he's very quick at the back. 6'4". Yeah, most definitely can use that there centre back option. And he's, like I say, 22 years old. Perisic. He's 34. Probably a player we do want to let go. Brennan Johnson. I thought he was a right winger. He is reasonably quick as well. So he'll be fighting for us place, or he could potentially play up top as well. Finishing's not too bad. I haven't seen a striker yet though. Holberg's not too bad. We've also got Richarlison. I mean, has he been playing up front? 26 years old. I do feel we need to go out and get a forward. Saar, again, defensive midfielder. Bags of potential. You know what? We could have him and Basuma sitting in the DM role. I think we've got bags of players here. I don't think we need anybody. Possibly a striker. That's the only position I feel like we're shy on. And the 2 youngsters, Udogi and Saar, we definitely can bring them through the ranks. Speaking of going through the ranks, have we got anybody in the under 21s? It doesn't appear to be any. I mean, he's got potential, striker. He's got good finishing on him already. Not bad going. 18 years old, Donnelly. Under 18s. Winger, Moore. Mikey or Mickey, left wing. Loads of potential. Interesting. Oh, speaking of the strikers, we have got Timo Werner. I did forget him. Right, okay, let's twiddle around with the formation, see what we've actually got. I'm sure we can come up with something, but there is a lot of players here that I feel are just fringe players or just backups, really. So let's go and do that. Just the one signing then to talk about. It's Karim Konate from Salzburg for £10.5 million. Timo Werner is going to go back to his parent club. We're not going to hang on to him. We have got other players that can play in his place anyway. But Karim Konate, he's 19 years old. I feel like he has got a future here. He's very, very quick. He's got good finishing, actually. For a 19-year-old at 14, that's not too bad. Determination, bravery looks pretty decent as well. And physicals look fine. Amples of potential. And his previous seasons have been pretty much outstanding. He's already played 4 games for us with 2 goals. Can't say fairer than that, really. £10.5 million. I think that's a bargain for a future star. Tactically, we have set up like this. We've still got loads of injuries. We've locked in these 4 players up at the top because for some reason Kulusevski comes into the centre, Maddison goes to the right, Son goes up front, and it's all over the place. So we've locked him in for this time round until we settle the team down properly. Konate is going to start up front, and Basuma goes to the DLP position. I want him as a ball playing midfielder instead. So that's what we're doing there. And so far, so good. We've only lost 1 game in the league so far. That was the first game against Manchester City, where we were 2-0 up in that game. To have them draw level 15 minutes later, it was a poor show. But Haaland just can't contain him. Then we beat Everton, Fulham and Coventry in the Carabao Cup second round, and Arsenal we drew 1-1 with Richarlison getting an 84th minute equaliser, so at least he can come off the bench and score a goal anyway. We've got Liverpool next as well. We've drawn Crewe in the Carabao Cup next round, and we're sitting 6th in the league so far, just that one loss, 7 points, 5 points off Manchester United. Wow, and Brighton 4 for 4. Just out of interest, where are we predicted to finish this season now? It was 7th. Still 7th, 20-1. So, yeah, behind the main top 6. So, we've got to break into that. And hopefully, well, who knows? We might end up with a trophy at some point. So, let's simulate our first season and see how we get on. Well, we didn't finish in 7th position. We got an incredible 5th position, actually. I'm quite pleased with that, considering we did have quite a few youngsters in the side as well, and a lot of injuries, long-term ones as well, so that kind of hampered us a little bit. But we only lost 6 games this season, which is pretty good. There's only Manchester United who seem to have just blown it away after getting off to a cracking start. 69 goals scored, 35 against, which is pretty good as well. 25 conceded from Liverpool there. Wow. Chelsea and Arsenal finish below us, which is excellent stuff as well. Our goalkeeper, though, he does get 14 clean sheets, so he gets onto the top 3 board. But apart from that, nothing else is really happening. We really do need to have a pretty strong goal scorer as well. But Haaland, 27 goals. That's quite lackluster, I think, from himself. But Man City, wow, they're just actually incredible, aren't they, at the moment? I mean, that's 6 in the last 7. They've won the title. The league went not too bad, actually. After losing to Man City, we did go on an unbeaten run until we played Villa at the end of November, and then Manchester United later on. But did we get any notable wins in there? I don't think we did. We did draw with Liverpool, Chelsea and Arsenal. I mean, them teams, straight off the bat. I mean, that's just mad. But we did draw 3, so we didn't lose 2 of them all. We do have a good run of 6 games on the bounce, beating Forest in the Everton as well. Brighton 5-2, 4-0 against Man City at home, so we did a number back on them after losing away from home. Arsenal we did lose away. Liverpool we beat at home, which is another good result. So they're good results, beating the teams above us, but we just need to be more consistent. But losing to Wolves at home, that should have been a game that we should win. Newcastle, possibly. But again, another strong finish towards the end. A draw with Man United and beating all the other teams that you would expect. We've won the FA Cup. Trophy number 1 this season. Absolutely fantastic. So after 1 season, 1 trophy. I didn't expect to win the FA Cup, but we'll take it either way. So who did we play? Ipswich. Okay. That's come out of nowhere, though. But we'll take it. It's I wouldn't say an easy victory, but it's better than probably playing City or Liverpool. Semi-finals, we played Forest. We beat them 2-0. Ipswich beat Newcastle. Wow. Might have been a different story if we played Newcastle in the final. We beat QPR 7-1. Ipswich beat Norwich. We beat Shrewsbury and Ipswich. They beat Liverpool 2-1 at Anfield. Good grief. 4th round, we beat Leeds. Ipswich, they beat Blackburn. I think the 3rd round's when we come in. 5-2 against Luton. And Ipswich beat Arsenal. Wow, they really have earned their spot in the final, haven't they? Beating quite a number of big teams. The Carabao Cup, however, we got as far as the quarter-finals, losing to Arsenal by the 1 goal. Unfortunately, there's no Ipswich there. Brighton beat Brentford 6-0. Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool and Brighton, who eventually won it. Liverpool 4-1 from Arsenal. Wow, another thumping to Arsenal there. Our squad, we just sort it by goals. 22 goals for Maddison. That's not bad going at all, is it? From the cam position with 13 assists. Heung-min Son 16-5, which isn't too bad. Kanate 16-3, which I'm hoping he's going to grow into that position. Kulusevski 13-11. Pretty nice. Richarlison 10-3, 4-1 for Johnson. Romero, defender, 3 goals. That's not. I mean, everybody's put a shift in. I can't complain at all. But nobody's really a standout though. Porro though, 13 assists, which is pretty good. And what about our left back, Udogie? 6 assists. Okay, I'm hoping he'll do a little bit better than that. He looks pretty solid though, to be fair. And Sarr, he's injured. 2 weeks. He played 40 games there, 3-5, and he looks incredible as well. And a goalkeeper, he did concede 39 and 46 with 19 clean sheets. That's quite decent as well. A lot of players not getting any game time, including Reguilon as well. He doesn't seem very happy. I think we may have to let him go. He's worth up to £12 million though. So going into next season, let's have a look, see how much we will be getting. £53 million. Okay, that's pretty good. Our money's balance has gone down. We're overspending on wages, so we're going to have to reduce that somehow. And I'm guessing our debt's gone up as well. Actually, our debt's gone down a little bit as well. So, yeah, £53 million to spend in the transfer market. Well, that was an interesting summer. As you can see, we have let go of £174 million worth of talent out the door. Hingman's son, he's gone to Al Nassr. He's gone up to £98 million. He had a year left on his contract. He wasn't going to renew, unfortunately. I'm not sure why. It was an opportunity we really couldn't pass up. Just out of interest, I want to know how much they are offering him. He's on £1.2 million a week. Yeah, I probably would want to go for that to finish my career off. Richarlison's gone to Il Ittihad as well. He's gone for up to £59 million. We also lose Gil. He's gone to Leverkusen for up to 18. Rodon's gone to PSV for up to 10. Troy Parrott has gone to Everton for 5.5. And then a couple of other youngsters are going out on a free and a little bit of money as well. That added all to the pot. We renewed some contracts. Let me show you who we've managed to bring in. First off, from Salzburg for £12 million, we decided to bring in a backup striker or cam player. Nobody that's going to overshadow our first team players. Just wanted somebody in as a backup really, and a pretty good backup too. And Moritz Jargard, I think he can do the job as well, and he's got some potential. So if he does manage to get some game time, I'm hoping to see these stats grow. Also from Salzburg, £25 million, we bring in a defender, Drahina Pavlovic. We're a little bit shy on the decent centre-backs, and again another centre-back that's going to come in and play as a backup really, and that's all he is. He's got very good stats though, so again lots of potential. If he gets some game time as well, I expect these to grow also. From Sporting for £40 million, we bring in Ousmane Diomande, centre-back. Now he is going to be our one of our first choice centre backs, together with Romero as well. Both of them in the middle. Fantastic. Look at his physicals. He looks absolutely amazing, and I think at £40 million it was a bargain. From Porto for £60 million, I decided we needed another goalkeeper. I do like to buy goalkeepers until I get the right one, regardless how far into the rebuild we get to. Vicario is okay, but I felt like we needed somebody better, and Diogo Costa, I think, is that person. £60 million, probably a little bit excessive, but I do believe at 24 years old, he is the one. Finally, from Bayern Munich for £65 million, I've used Mathis Tel before. He turns into an absolute beast. So with him on Son going, we needed a replacement, and I don't mind using this youngster who's still yet to grow at 19 years old. Give him a couple of seasons and he will be one of our best players. At £65 million, again another bargain for a 19-year-old. So we have locked in Tel and Kulusevski and Konate up front with Diomande also. For some reason we have got Van de Ven coming in instead of Diomande, so I want to at least put him in, and Kulusevski gets into the cam role, so not sure what that's all about. And Tel on the left hand side, just want to make sure he gets the game time. Konate, I want him to grow. If he doesn't grow this season or not as much, then we are going to have to think about another striker, but I'm not at that point yet. So far so good. We did lose the Community Shield though, however, 1-0 to Man City. Kovacic after 85 minutes. Really disappointed. However, I'd rather take the 3 points. We did that 2-1 away from home with Diomande and the Bentancur both scoring. Arsenal we beat 2-1 as well at home. Really happy with that. Konate and Tel both scoring there. A 0-0 with Chelsea, and a 3-0 win over Manchester United. Kulusevski, Tel and Konate once more. Anthony did get sent off in that game, which started the floodgates. The Champions League, we have been drawn against Manchester United. Of course we have PSV, Marseille, Villarreal, Fenerbahce, Salzburg. Of course we've taken 2 of their players. Bayern Munich, we've got Tel, and Atletico Madrid. Again, I expect to come through this group, but we'll see what happens. We're sitting comfortably top of the table, actually, together with Liverpool. So long may that last. Hopefully it'll last a little bit longer. Just out of interest once more, let's have a look, see where we are predicted to finish. 7th again, 18-1 this time. I think we were 20-1 before, so the odds are slightly in our favour again. But it looks like Newcastle have snuck in there, 8-1, so they must have done some business. So let's prove these media people wrong, because obviously they don't know nothing. And let's simulate our second season and see how we get on. Well, it's only taken us 2 seasons, ladies and gentlemen, and we are champions of the Premiership. First time we were champions of the Premiership. We had lost 3 games, and that was to Forest, Villa and Luton. I mean, that is incredible that we lost to them 3 teams. Luton got relegated. Forest finished 10th. And Villa, they finished a credible 5th, actually, which isn't too bad. We did nearly falter towards the end, but Man City and Liverpool, we pipped them to the post. And we scored 81 goals as well. We did get Tell. What a beast of a player he is. Within 1 season, he's up there. And Kanate as well on the roster. That is really, really good. Haaland, just incredible. Kuleveski, joint assist maker. Diego Costa, 16 clean sheets. And Tell, 7 player of the match awards this season. It's been an overall fantastic performance. Our league form, so there any scores of note in here though. We did beat Forest at home 3-0, so I find that really bizarre. We ended up losing. We did lose to Luton as well, 1-0 there. 1 loss since December. That's really good, including a 1-1 draw with Arsenal. Then we beat Man City, Chelsea and Manchester United in January. That is a hard month. Really is. Anything big? A 5-4 victory over Villa, a 3-0 over Liverpool. I mean, that's brilliant. I didn't expect to win the Premiership this early on, but I'll take it. We'll start off with the Carabao Cup. We got knocked out by Leeds in the 4th round, 3-1. Wow, that's just disgusting. The FA Cup, we get knocked out in the quarterfinals by West Ham, losing 2-1 away from home. Forest beat Man City and Chelsea. I would expect Chelsea to go all the way and win that. So did they? They did 3-0 against Leeds. And the Champions League, we get to the semi-finals, being beaten by Liverpool 5-2 overall, despite a 1-0 second leg victory. We must have got absolutely mauled in the first leg. The quarterfinals, we beat Porto 5-4. Round of 16, 5-2 against Salzburg. So we handed one to them. Knockout round, did we play that? So we must have qualified in the top 8, did we? League phase. Wow, look at that. We got to the top 8. Losing the 1 game to Fenerbahce. We drew with PSV and Manchester United, but beat Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, Salzburg, Villarreal and Marseille. And look at that, Marseille finished top of the group. Unbelievable. Real Madrid, Liverpool, Barcelona finished all the way down in 20th place. They lost to Sporting, Marseille and Bayern Leverkusen. Bayern didn't even make it. Or Juventus. So who actually won it in the end? It was Liverpool over Man City. I mean, that is a very, very successful season. I mean, semi-finals of the Champions League. Not so much of the FA Cup and Carabao Cup, but we did win the league though. Squad-wise, we'll go by goals. 32 goals for Konate. Brilliant with 4 assists. Tell weighs in with 28 and 9. And he looks really good now. 4-star, always 5-star. 19 and 15 for Kuleveski as well. Kjærgaard as well. 11 and 2. Madison. 10 and 12, 4 and 6 for Basuma, 4 and 12 for Sarr, 11 assists for Porro. That's really good. What's our left back? Udogie. He's not doing pretty well, is he? 9 assists. I expect a little bit more. Our goalkeeper, Diego Costa, 47 conceded, 21 clean sheets. And Vicario, 9 conceded in 7, 5 clean sheets. I mean, it's not bad going at all, is it? Right, okay, I don't know where we're going to improve next season, but let's have a look at the monies. And we've been given £70 million to spend. It can only get better, and we expect to probably get to the final of the Champions League next season and probably retain the Premiership. We need to look big this season. Once more, we had another busy summer. A lot of people going out the door once again. Brennan Johnson, he's gone to Brighton for up to £47 million. We also lose Holberg. He's gone to Wolves for 25. Skip's also gone. He's gone to PSV for 16.75. And Ashley Phillips, I think he was in the under 21s. 22 million. No idea what that's about. Didn't look that great though, to be honest. I think he was only a 1.5-star player. Oh well. Dragusin, he's gone to Hispalis for £12 million. And a couple of others have gone on the free as well. And also we did release a few players as well. contracts had ran out, which released a lot of wages and increased our budget as well. Our first signing was from Chelsea for £89 million. Boy, did he cost us. 21-year-old Lavia to sit in the DM role. Absolutely fantastic young player, lots of potential, and them stats just speak for themselves. Basuma, he's playing okay, or he did well enough, but I wanted to have somebody else in there as in case they got injured and fight for that first team place alongside Sarr in the midfield. From Benfica for £35 million, we also bring in another forward, Marcos Leonardo. He can play out on the wing as well. Another youngster with high potential. Konate's got high potential as well, but he's not improving that quickly. I expected to be about a 4-star player, especially after the season he had last season. However, with the introduction of Leonardo, hopefully that might spur him up a little bit more as well. And both of them can fight for that striker position. And both of them are fairly young as well. So we're building a young, high potential side here. And finally, from Brighton for £50 million on the dot, we bring in João Pedro, who can play anywhere along the top positions. A versatile player that we could really do with. And for £50 million, we did have to fork out the money for it. However, I'm quite happy with this purchase. 23 years old, still room to grow. And again, the stats are pretty stacked. So if we look at our best 11, we have Konate up front, Kuleveski again and Maddison. Both of them can play either position. I would have preferred Kuleveski out on the wing, but we'll see what happens. 10 on the left hand side. We've got Sarr and Lavia just as I'd like it. Porro, Diamonde, Romero and Udogi and Costa. I mean, that is a side I probably would pick anyway, apart from these two here that I would have them switched positions. We've won the Community Shield. We beat Chelsea 1-0. Maddison scoring after 79 minutes. That's another trophy. That's a third trophy on the bounce, and our first one of this season. So each season we've won something, so that's pretty good. We did lose our first game against Liverpool though. 80th minute goal by Slabozlai. Disappointing, but we had to come from behind twice, so I'm quite happy with that, but not the result really. Fulham we smashed 5-0. Wolves we beat 1-0 as well. The Champions League we've been drawn against Real San Sebastian. I was going to say Nottingham Forest and I thought, what are they doing there? Panathinaikos, Slavia Prague, Ajax, Copenhagen, Nice, AZ and Bayern Munich. I'm expecting us to get through this group stage pretty comfortably and hopefully straight into the round of 16. We are lying in 5th position currently because of that one loss. Arsenal top 3 for 3 with Villa, Leicester and Manchester United just ahead of us. Liverpool, wow, they've lost a game already. Man City are down in 11th as well. Wow, they seem to have fallen off the pace a little bit as well. Let's go simulate our 3rd season and see what that will bring. Well, we've only just gone and won the league once again, this time on goal difference. Wow, it's getting closer and closer. Man City, who finished 2nd last season, I think, they finished in 7th position, some way off, nearly 30 points, I think 27 points in total. Wow. Man United 3rd, Arsenal, Chelsea, Leicester finished in 6th position as well, and Brentford, look, 8th position. What on earth has been going on here? Newcastle in 9th. I mean, that is incredible. I mean, 6 losses, Chelsea, West Ham, Arsenal, Brentford, United and Liverpool. We didn't lose to anybody twice, and they're all away from home. And the draws, we only drew 2 at home, Man City and Newcastle. The rest of them were away. In fact, we didn't lose to Man City. We drew both games with them. That's another successful season, I have to say. Another trophy in the bag. That's phenomenal. I think that is the domestic double so far, with the Charity Shield and now the league. So we started off poorly, 3 losses off the bat in the first couple of months, and then look at this, 3, 6, 9, 12 game win on the bounce, including 5-0 over Fulham, 2-1 over Liverpool, 5-1 Brighton. We beat Chelsea. We lost to Brentford though. I mean, that's quite bizarre. Then we lost another couple of games in February. Arsenal. But we did beat Man United 4-3 at home, which is a good result. Wow, 7-0 over Everton there. Who scored in that one? Kuleveski with 3, Mattel 1, Maddison 1 and Konate with 2. And then it's quite close towards the end. Leicester and Brighton just at 1-0 victories. The rest of the competitions though, so we won the Charity Shield and we have won the Carabao Cup as well. On penalties against Brentford. What on earth has been happening at Brentford. Have they had loads of transfers? I mean, they spent £84 million this last season. 28 on Larson, 14 on Ashley Phillips from ourselves. I imagine he made the difference. Walker Peters, Sabe. Okay, nothing massively. It took penalties, so I'm happy with that. And another trophy. That's a treble. Domestic treble done. The FA Cup, however, we did get as far as the semi-finals, losing to Chelsea 1-0. Liverpool beat Leeds 3-1. Leeds on the way to the final again, but losing out to Liverpool this time. And the final being won by Liverpool over Chelsea 3-1. And Liverpool dumped us out of the Champions League semi-finals. Close this time, 4-2, just a 2-0 loss in the first leg. And they play Bayern Munich, who thumped PSG 4-1. So let's have a look at the group stage. Where did we fit? Wow, we finished third. That's impressive. Just a one loss against AZ, but we beat drew Slavia Prague and beat Bayern Munich, Nice, Copenhagen, smashed Ajax, Panathinaikos and Real San Sebastian. That's pretty good. PSG were unbeaten as well. Liverpool, where did they finished in 12th position. Atletico Madrid didn't even qualify. Wow. Same with Villa as well. So that puts through to the round of 16 where we thumped Juventus 4-1 thanks to a 4-0 second leg victory. Quarterfinals, we dumped Real Madrid out, winning 5-3 despite losing the second leg 3-2. Liverpool dumped Arsenal out. Bayern dumped Celtic. Celtic got quite far. And PSG knocked Barcelona out. Again, another successful season. We're getting close to collecting all the trophies, that's for sure. Tell looks really, really good, doesn't he? So how did our players do? Tell is taking charge now, isn't he? 30 and 9. Canate 24 and 5. Maddison 19 and 16. Might come to a point where we may have to replace him at some point. João Pedro. I mean, he would be the ideal replacement, though, it has to be said. 17 and 10 for him. That's impressive. 16 and 6 for Kuleveski. Porro, 25 assists. And Udogie, 15 assists. That is superb. He did play 60 games. Wow. A lot of games being played by some of these players. 64 for Costa in goal. Only conceding 53 and 31 clean sheets. That's insane. Leonardo, he didn't really get any game time, did he? 3 goals he scored. He's looking a little bit concerned. I'm not surprised, but he will get his chance. I'm sure of it. Lavia did pretty well. 7 assists as well. Magic stuff. Right, okay. Finances. What I'll be being given this season. 41. Wow, okay. We win the league. In fact, we win a treble. We're in the Champions League yet again. And it's only £40 million. I'm going to request some money, please. Yeah, we'll do that. See what they say. But we get 100% of the transfer budget anyway, so that's fine. Okay. Let's go and see what we can do. Right, before we get off to the transfers, if you're enjoying this video, please smash that like button. It does help the channel a lot. And also subscribe as well. It is free to do so. And it also helps me out a bunch. So, transfers out. James Maddison has left. He's gone to Al Ahly for up to £97 million. We couldn't really say no. And I was particularly looking at him to move on anyway, if we could get the money for him. And boy, have we got some money for him. Reguilon's also gone. He's gone to Villarreal for £26 million. And Djed Spence, he's gone to Leicester for up to £7 million as well. A lot of free people going as well, like Royal. He's gone on a free to Fiorentina. And then a couple of players out on loan, including Solomon, who's been a fringe player for quite a while. I don't think he's ever going to get into the team, unfortunately. So, with that first signing, we bring in Orkun Koku, £41 million from Benfica. Midfielder or Cam. I think Cam is where we've actually picked him up for to replace Maddison, really. And at 25 years old, definitely younger and I think better as well, actually. And at the back from Atalanta for £63 million, we bring in 22-year-old Giorgio Scalvini. Wow, is all I can say to that. He looks absolutely superb. Physicals look fantastic. Concentration and anticipations in the highs as well. I mean, he's just an all-round player, isn't he? 6 games for us so far. No goals, but I'm sure he'll get some along the way some point. And then from Brentford, we bring in Aaron Hickey as backup, really, to the left and right backs. He may even start ahead of Porro, possibly. Not ahead of Udogie, I wouldn't have thought, but 24 years old Aaron. Again, we're just bringing some quality players to back up our first teamers. So far, so good this season. We have won the Community Shield yet again. We beat Liverpool 4-0 with goals from Udogie, Kulveski, Konate and Cuckoo as well. Brilliant. Then we played West Ham. We beat them 2-0 at home. 1-1 with Manchester United. 3-2 against Liverpool. Yet again, another victory over them. 2-2 with Villa. And then a 6-0 thrashing of Leyton Orient in the Carabao Cup third round. The Champions League, we get to play PSV, Hoffenheim, Leipzig, Manchester United, Juventus, AEK with Sporting and PSG towards the end. We're sitting in 5th position, which isn't too bad. I can take that at the moment. We are unbeaten. 8 points. 4 points off Man City, though, who are 4 for 4. We got Arsenal. Even Norwich are up there as well. Where did that happen? And Chelsea just ahead of us as well. Liverpool are behind with Man United in 13th spot as well. So with one trophy in the bag already, let's simulate our 4th season. Let's see if we can add to this collection. We don't win the league, 3 on the bounce. Unfortunately, we lose to Arsenal. Wow, that's not going to upset a lot of fans. 12 points behind, and it looks like we lost 2 games in the last 5 as well, which doesn't help. But 25 wins overall, 88 goals scored and 81 points as well. I'm not sure what we won the season with last season. 86 points last season and 83 the season before. It's not been above 80 points, so 93 is a massive haul. Only losing 3 games, Arsenal. Not to us. They lost to Preston, though. We lost 7 games, and that was Everton. Arsenal twice. Wow, 5-1 battering there. Everton we lose. Chelsea, Wolves, Bournemouth, Leicester. Yeah, 4 games there we should be winning. Arsenal I expect to do a lot better, though. But another season in the Champions League and a top 2 finish again. So I've got to be happy with that. So we started off okay. Then we hit a little bit of bad form in October. The Leicester and Bournemouth defeats. Then we have an unbeaten November. Beating Newcastle in there 2-1. Then another couple of losses in December disrupting our good form. Beating Man United 3-0 there. We did lose to Arsenal though, unfortunately. But Man City we beat as well. So the Manchester clubs we did beat. We do pretty well against them actually. Chelsea we lose before beating Leicester. Liverpool 4-1. Drawing with Norwich 4-4. We have a good run. 5-0 against Wolves, which is nice. And then, yeah, that's where we hit a bad patch. Everton and Arsenal in the last 3 games with a 3-1 victory over Man City in between. We do, however, get to the final of the Champions League and we win it 1-0 thanks to a 27th minute goal from Konate, actually, our forward, which is absolutely superb. The league phase, let's see how we get there. We were unbeaten in the group stage. Brilliant. 7 wins. PSG we beat. Sporting we beat. AEK, Juventus, Man United, Copenhagen and PSV. We did draw with Leipzig though, disappointingly. But 22 goals scored, 6 against. Fantastic. There was only Arsenal that were unbeaten as well. 8 for 8 Arsenal. They didn't get to the final though, did they? Napoli did, who finished 3rd. So 2nd and 3rd into the final. So we go straight to the round of 16 where we play Marseille and we thrash them 5-2 over the 2 legs. Napoli beating AZ 5-0. Quarterfinals, we played Ajax and we thrashed them 5-2. Napoli beating AC Milan 4-3 overall. The Arsenal were knocked out by that point. Semis, we played Real Madrid and this time we do get the better of them 4-2. And Napoli beat PSG 4-2 as well. So both teams going into the final scoring lots of goals and in form. The rest of the other competitions not so good at. So, knocked out by Aston Villa in the 3rd round, losing 2-1 away from home. And then the quarterfinals by Liverpool, who, if I'm not much mistaken, we beat in the league quite convincingly both games. But we lost out on penalties and it was at home. Really, really disappointed. Man City even get knocked out. Brighton, Wimbledon are in there. I wonder who went on to win it. Liverpool beat Arsenal. So we did lose to the eventual winners. After extra time as well, so Arsenal didn't win it, so that's good news. Squad-wise though, it looks pretty good. 31-7 for Tel, he looks an absolute beast, doesn't he? 28-5 for Konate, 18-10 for Kulveski. Pedro, 18-17, wow, that's pretty good. Scalvini, 11 goals and 2 assists from defence. Wow, Porro, 21 assists, same with Cuckoo as well. He played 30 games, I wonder if he got an injury or something. 13 assists, 5 goals, 17 assists for Udogie, which is super. Our wing-backs looking really good now as well. Both of them are coming up goods. And lots of other people getting involved. 53 conceded and 56 for Costa with 25 clean sheets. So going into next season, finances, £48 million. It's not as much either. I have to say I'm a bit disappointed. I don't understand where the money's going, because we did have a large balance. Now all of a sudden we haven't got one. I mean, we're always under budget on everything and we don't overspend. Right, okay, so £48 million to spend this summer. Let's see where we can improve, if at all. Right then, we've been a little bit busy again, more than I probably intended to this season. We had to let go of a few players that were not making the rota, as in we were short of homegrown players and we had too many not homegrown. So these players that we've let go, like Mickey van der Ven, he didn't get much game time last season, but £51 million to Man City. Probably wrong to go to our rivals, but £51 million we could really do with, and a player that's not really going to get any game time, so we might as well have cashed in. Pavlovic is again same reason, he's gone to Real Madrid, up to £42 million. A really good player. Wouldn't mind hanging on to him. However, again, it wasn't meeting the quota. Bentancur, same reason as well. The midfield's getting a little bit overrun now. We've got better players in there, and he is into his 30s, so he's gone to Napoli for up to 19. And Solomon's already gone to Valencia for £6 million, and then just a couple of other players also. That did increase our budget, so which meant we could bring in a couple more players and some homegrown ones as well. From Leverkusen for £52 million, we bring in another left back and a centre back. He can play either position. Udogie's still going to be our number one left back, I reckon, but what a player to just come in and help out. I mean, Aaron Hickey can do the job as well, but he can go over to the right hand side if need be. But wow, what a player. Stats wise looks really good, so he's really going to challenge Udogie now. And our one other player, a homegrown player, Adam Wharton from Aston Villa, £75 million I think it was. Attributes look pretty good, 23 years old as well, still got a long way to go, but a good backup to have in that midfield. So if we have a look at our best 11, this is what it looks like. We've got Konate up top, Krivetsky, Pedro on the right hand side, Tell on the left, Sarr, Lavia, Porro, Romero, Hincapi. He takes that centre back role there. Udogie and Costa. So there's really only one change. Pedro's probably the only one really I'm not too happy with. I'm sure we've got Krivetsky can go in the end, and we'll have somebody else in the midfield. But other than that, we look pretty stacked. So far, so good. We smashed everybody without conceding a goal in the friendlies, which was quite nice. Then we played Liverpool in the first game. We beat them 2-0. Sarr and Konate both scoring. We did win the Super Cup as well, beating the Europa League champions Lille 3-0. Another trophy in the bag already. Arsenal, we lost 2-1-2. Very surprising result, especially at home. 68th minute winner, considering we did take the lead in that game. Then we beat Manchester United 3-0. They had players sent off after 41 minutes, but we were 2-0 up after 6. Middlesbrough and Newcastle followed suit as well. The Champions League, we've got Galatasaray, Inter Milan, Barcelona, Nice, Leipzig and Bayern Munich. Salzburg and Marseille. I'm pretty confident we can go all the way this season. Current line in 5th position, 3 wins and that 1 loss. And just out of interest, where are we predicted to finish this season? It would be nice to be near that. Wow, okay, we're predicted to win it. That is absolutely superb. Saying that, apart from Udogie and Costa, they're the only 2 people in the Dream 11. So let's see how many trophies we can rack up to go alongside our Super Cup. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have got our title back. That's our 3rd title in 5 seasons, which is absolutely phenomenal. What's more phenomenal is that we lost 7 games this season. I think is the most in this rebuild so far, but we conceded the least from our perspective, at least anyway. 27 goals we conceded, 25 from Arsenal, who also lost 7. 91 points. Almost guarantees you a Premiership title nowadays. That's absolutely phenomenal too. And Arsenal took us all the way right up to the end, because they were the last 5 games, they won all their 5, we won all our 5, and Brentford as well. They snuck into a Europa League spot, and they won all their last 5 matches as well. Palace, Sunderland and West Brom all go down, but we scored 113 goals. And it looks like Konate beat Haaland to the Golden Boot this season. In the final season, he's done wonders. I mean, I'm glad we brought him in and we've stuck with him, because I was very tempted at one point to offload him or bring in somebody else and have him as a backup. But he has done absolute wonders. I mean, look, he just looks perfect. Only 24 years old. He's worth up to 136. Nobody's interested in him at all. That's good. But if we have a look at his progress and have a look for all time, these stats going up look amazing. His finishing's gone up by 2. I mean, the most everything's gone up by is 4 there for composure in front of goal, which is brilliant. Positioning as well. Udogie and Pedro, best players in the league behind Haaland. Porro also gets most assists together with Udogie, who's on 12, a couple behind, and Costa gets 18 clean sheets behind Onana of United. Didn't expect to see that happen. So the first half of the season wasn't too bad. We did wins and losses. I mean, it was quite topsy-turvy with the odd one draw in there, actually. So yeah, I think we only drew one game as well. A 6-1 win over Brighton, 5-0 over Sunderland. We lost to Norwich, Everton, Leicester. I mean, them games we should be winning. We did lose to United at home, though. A 5-2 victory over Liverpool beforehand. Obviously overexerted ourselves in that game. And we had like a 7-4-6-8 game win on the bounce, which is amazing, including a 5-0 victory over Man City as well. 7-0 there with West Brom, 4-0 Everton, 5-0 Brighton, 8-1 over Leicester. Wow, some of these scores have been absolutely crazy. Competition wise, wow, where do we start? That's a quadruple this season, I think, folks. Where do we start? We'll start with the FA Cup first. We beat Norwich in the final. Wow, okay. Semi-final, we beat Luton 4-2. Luton, Palace and Norwich in the semi-finals with us. Wow, I mean, if we didn't go on and win it would have been a poor show. We did knock out Man City 1-0 after extra time. Palace beat Wolves. Norwich beat Newcastle. Luton beat Brighton. Champions League, which looks like we beat Leipzig 3-0 in the final. So the league phase, to start off from the beginning, we only just snuck into the qualifying top 8, straight to the round of 16. Only just on goal difference, though. With 5 wins, Marseille, Bayern Munich, Nice, Barcelona and Galatasaray. We lost to Leipzig, who we beat in the final. Salzburg, we drew. So who didn't qualify? Bayern Munich, Lazio, Nice, Barcelona, Marseille. Arsenal did get to win the league, but they were joint with Atletico and Leverkusen. United finished ahead of us on goal difference. Leipzig on goal difference ahead of us as well with unbeaten, 4 draws. So the round of 16, we beat Ajax 8-0. Wow, that is a battering, isn't it? Quarterfinals. Jeez, PSG, we smashed 6-0. Oh my, I think on this form we deserve to win the Champions League. And then we just snuck past Real Madrid after a 2-1 win in the second leg. I mean, that is incredible. 4 trophies this season. The quadruple. Carabao Cup that we didn't win and the Charity Shield that we weren't in. So there is a potential for a double treble in the same season. That would have been insane. Squad-wise, 33-4 for Konaté. Tel, 27-15. Pedro, 22-17. Kuleveski, 21-12. I mean, 4 players on 20 goals plus. 18-10 for Koku as well. 18 goals for him. 15 assists for Udogie. 20 assists for Porro. 15 for Lavia. I mean, we have had such a superb season. And look at Costa as well. 32 clean sheets, conceding 38 and 57. Finances though. I mean, we have got 365 million in the bank and they're only offering up to 63 million pounds for the forthcoming season, which is disappointing. Staff-wise, yes, clearly the best. And as always, let's have a look and see if we've broken any records at all. But before we do, I have heard in the past that people want to have a look at the breakdown of the tactics. So this season, we did use 2 inside forwards, an AP in the middle, and an advanced forward at top. We've got a DLP on defend and a ball-winning midfielder in support. We've got 2 complete wing backs, 1 on attack, 1 on support, 2 ball playing defenders, both on defend, and a supporting sweeper keeper. In possession, we're fairly wide, play out to defence, and we're slightly shorter and slightly higher on tempo as well, and run at the defence. Why not? We've got quick players. Let's get them on the back foot. We counter press and counter. The goalkeeper distributes to the back line, and we take short kicks. And out of possession, we keep a high line. And the defensive line is slightly standard. However, we could push up because our defenders are quick as well. we step up more and we prevent the short goalkeeper distribution as well at the other end. So going into the records, the final bit for this rebuild, which has been a fantastic rebuild. I've really enjoyed this one. I think it's kind of nice not having to worry about who to bring in, really. Kind of spoiled for options. Most points in the season, 91, that's just gone. Fewest defeats in the season, the 24-25 with just 3. Fewest league draws, 1. That's just season just gone. Yeah, I know. Absolutely amazing, just 1. Highest gate receipts, 2.97 million against Manchester United in the Champions League phase in 2024. Clive Allen still has the most goals scored by a player in the season. Highest average rating, Udogie, 7.4 in 26-27 season. We didn't really break that many though. Most assists by a player in the season, Porro, 25. Diego Costa gets the most clean sheets, 32. Which is outstanding. Most player of the match awards, 10 by Tell. Sequencers, most games won in a row, 17. Wow. Didn't realise we won 17 in a row. That's amazing. That's the only sequence really we've broken. And the highest transfer fee paid was for Lavia from Chelsea in 2025 for £88.5 million. However, Son was the highest transfer fee received, £98.2 million. So if you enjoyed this video, then please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It is free to do so and it will help me out a bunch. And until the next time, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.